first one is the speed sensor that I was talking about. This right here just says go to the passenger floorboard. This right here goes to the engine, to the starter. This is your starter switch that goes onto your starter. This is one of 4 of the ECU plug. This is the big plug. We just call it the big plug. And these 2, I believe, are the one that goes to the truck. And then your OBD2. So that's all you have for the toy only swap. OBD2. 2 unknown plugs at the moment. If you guys know, you guys can put in the comments. The big one, the ECU 1 of 4 starter switch speed sensor. Hello and welcome back to another video on our 3.4 swap, guys. We are almost so close to getting this swap done. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the wire harness adapter from Toy Only Swap. Keep in mind that this video is just about this wire harness adapter. I'm not going to go into detail as far as everything that's going to be wiring it up to the truck. I want to save that video for when I'm actually done with the actual install. When I'm done with the actual install, I'll go back and talk about all the wire that's need to be plugged and stuff like that. But today's video, we're going to be talking about the Toy Only Swap wire harness adapter that I got from them. What it comes with, which plug is what, and etc, etc. So let's go and do a quick brief for anyone that's new to this video or to this project. Our donor rig was a 97 4Runner SR5 5-speed transmission. That's the 3.4 motor, manual ECU, etc, etc. The truck that's getting the swap is my green truck, a 93 Toyota pickup 4x4 5-speed SR5 as well. So it's 5-speed to 5-speed, which makes it really easy. So I sent them the donor plugs. On the 4Runner, you have to send the donor plug, which is the OBD2 wire. This plug here, one of the plug for the ECU, which is this one here, and then you got to send them this big one here. You send them those plug and then they'll get it wired up for you. You're supposed to send them the other wires from the receiving truck, so my truck, but I didn't send them because I haven't chopped my truck up yet. So they charged me $75 quarter charge. I'm gonna go ahead and email them and see which plug they actually want, so I know what to take, or I might not even care about it. I might just let them keep the $75 quarter charge. The total was $400 plus the $75 plus the $15, $490 for this setup. So let's go ahead and dive into the wire harness. The wire harness is super small, actually. It's really simple. It's just like that. And I'll show you guys a better view. I'll show you guys the wire once I put it on the table. Quality is amazing. Everything is nicely bundled up in this plastic thing here. It's nicely electrical taped up and etc, etc. Let's talk about these plugs here. There's 2 long ones. Let's go ahead and get rid of the 2 long ones. So 2 of the long ones are going to be the one that goes outside the firewall. So let's pretend this is the inside of the vehicle, this is the firewall, this is the engine bay. So these 2 long one goes outside to the engine bay. This one here says to the starter. So this is the starter switch. So you plug this to the starter switch and then you have your positive cable from the battery to the starter. So that means that the original 3.4 wire, you don't need to mess with that starter switch. They have it taken care of with this one already. The other one says, this right here just says through rubber plug through firewall. And then this one here goes to speed sensor. So this goes to the speed sensors, which I believe is the T-case or the tranny, one of those guys. So those are the 2 that we have to get rid of. The rest of these guys go into the truck. This one here is just the OBD2 port. This is just the OBD. This is where you can plug your electrical scanner and see what the heck's wrong with your engine. So that just hung up wherever you want to mount it. This goes to the ECU. There's 4 plugs that goes to the ECU. This one here, and then 3 of the other plugs are the engine. It's coming off the engine. I'll show you guys that once we get to the engine. So that goes to the ECU. We're done with that one. This is one of the big one that connects to the engine harness. I'll show you guys that as well. And then these 2 right here, I actually don't know where they go. I believe these 2 plug into the existing wire harness inside the dash of the truck. So that's why I don't want to make a full video about everything, because I don't know everything yet, but I would assume these 2 go into the truck engine, the truck body harness. That's what they call it, the truck dashboard harness. So that's all that there is to it. You have the ECU, one of the 4 ECU wire, the big plug here. This one is a big one, really easy to spot. It has a latch system, OBD2, 2 that we are not sure yet, which I believe goes to the dashboard harness of the receiving truck. And then the other 2 is a speed sensor and a starter switch. So that's all there is to the toy only swap. It's really small, super light. So once I do my installation, I'll show you guys what is gonna get plugged where, and etc, etc. As far as alternator, starter wire, my battery harness, my battery to my starter, etc, etc. And then the only thing I'm kind of confused at the moment right now is the transmission, the 4x4, because I got on the receipt, when I received the receipt, below it says terms, and toy only swap, they put some notes where they put that splice wire harness to 4x4, etc, etc. I'll show you guys a screenshot of it. So the only thing that I'm concerned right now, or that I'm not fully understanding, is what about the rest of the T case? I know you have the speed sensor, the starter switch, I understand that. So what I'm not understanding right now is the rest of the transmission, because I know the transmission has more plug than the speed sensor. So that's the only thing I'm confused. But again, I'm gonna say that for another video. Once I'm actually done with the installation, or once I start the actual installation, I'll make another video that will recap the whole 3.4 wire system. And again, guys, I'm not a wire electrical guru, so please don't ask me any question on how to wire these plugs up. I don't know how to do it. That's why I pay a company to do it. So if you guys start asking me questions, oh, which plug is this color, pink and white, I won't be able to tell you guys. That's not my job. You guys will have to reach out to the company. I'm just showing you guys what came with this wire harness, and I'm really impressed. Quality looks really good. They turnaround time, I think it's about almost 5 weeks right now. They were saying that they're going to get done by the end of this month, which is April, but they actually got it done 2 weeks earlier, so that's pretty good. So I'm really impressed. Like I say, if you're sending in your wire harness to Toy Only Swap or any of the other company, expect at least 6 to 8 weeks. That's what they say on their website. So definitely plan ahead. The first thing you should do for your swap is send in your donor plug, tell them what your vehicle, your truck is, and have them start on your wire harness. And then in the meanwhile, do what I did, which is clean the engine, do all the maintenance, get all that stuff done, and then once the wire harness comes in, you can go ahead and start your swap. So since we have everything now, we have the wire harness, our clutch, our flywheel, the engine's ready to rock and roll, the crossover has been fixed, we're gonna go ahead and start the swap this coming weekend. So I'm pretty excited for that. We're gonna tear out the 3.0, and then we're gonna go ahead and put the 3.4 motor in, and then we can start doing all the little buttoning up the wire harness, connect this plug, connect that plug, and they should be really excited. So that's it for this course here. Let's go ahead and move over to the engine, and I'll show you the rest of the engine with the ECU so you guys can understand the wire harness just a little bit better, and we can be on the same page. I have the engine loaded onto the top of my truck right now, so I can't really show you guys the best view, but we're gonna go ahead and walk through this really quick. We have the main harness. This is called the engine harness that connect to your engine, etc, etc. On the engine harness, you have 3 plugs that come out and goes into the ECU. There are 4 plugs for my ECU. 3 of them are attached to the engine harness. 1 of them is attached to the toy only swap. The other wire that comes out from the main engine harness is the one that goes into the big block. And there's supposed to be another one that I sent in, so I don't know where this one goes. Once I figure my installation, I'll go more into details about that one. But originally, when I sent in the donor plug, there was another female plug that was attached to the big block, and usually on the original 3.4 wire, it was like this. So we have the big one that goes into the big one, 3 that goes into the ECU, 1 that goes into the ECU. The OBD2, we all know the OBD2, that's simple. We have the one that goes to the starter switch, one that goes to the speed sensor, and then these 2 right here are the one that I think goes into the truck, to my truck. I believe they plug into my existing dashboard harness. I'm just assuming, I don't know yet, this is my first time, but this is what I'm assuming. So this is what the wire harness adapter look like. Really simple. And like I said, the only thing I'm just still kind of confused on is the transfer case, T case, and etc, because I know there's more plugs than the speed sensor. And on the 3-4 motor, this is the rest of this 3-4 motor. This wire over here on the driver's side, these are the one that goes into the all the manual transmission, etc. So I don't know what exactly I'm supposed to do with these guys. I know this one here and this one here is the O2 sensor. Yeah, so these two here are the O2 sensor. So I know I want to keep these two for sure. And then these guys here, I'm not quite exactly sure what they are yet. But for now, I'm not going to chop anything up yet. But I know the two O2 sensor, I need those for sure. And then these guys, I'm thinking that I might have to cut one of these guys, which one ever is the 4x4 or etc. I'm assuming when they sent me those notes on the paperwork, I'm assuming I might have to cut these and then splice these into my existing truck wire. So that's the only thing that I think I might have to do. And once I get started on this transformation, this swap, if I get lost, I'm just gonna go ahead and call Toy Only Swap, and I'm pretty sure they can help guide me through. It shouldn't be that hard because there's only a few plugs. There's only this one, and this one, and then two of them I already know what they are. They're the O2 sensors. So that's it for this video. I hope this video has helped anybody that is really confused about the 3-4 swap. I believe when it comes to the 3-4 swap, the wire harness is by far one of the most difficult things, because a lot of people don't know how to wire it, or a lot of people don't understand it. So in this video, I just want to kind of help you guys understand the whole wire harness adapter. I'm not the best guy to help explain this, because this is also my first time, so I'm not an expert by any means. But again, I do want to show off the Toy Only Swap product. This is their wire harness adapter, and this is what it is. So I hope this video has helped you guys. If you guys got any questions, let me know in the comment section. If you guys have any knowledge that I missed out or something like that, let me know in the comment section below, or add it to the comment section, and we can all help each other and learn and grow. Hope you guys have a good one, and I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys next time on our next video. Our next video, we're going to be doing the installation of our swaps, so I'm pretty excited for that. Talk to you guys then.